Alright, welcome back. This is MDawg, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we already got the feed. Yeah, we've got 100 feed. We're going anise oil to 35%, so we actually don't need that much more. And then we'll be going to fennel. I do believe fennel is what is next, so let's just proactively get some fennel in case we get enough to unlock it. Don't mind getting one more thing of anise oil in case we need it, but then it's fennel next. Which, let's see if we can find that. Maybe I need to just search for it. Alright, there it is. So it says you have to be 40%. Yeah, so that should be right. Oh, it's out of stock here. Okay, that's a little weird. Let's check mosquito really quick. The reason why I'm doing this is because technically this stuff is a little more expensive at Oldberg, but the groceries are better priced at Oldberg, and that's kind of where we're headed to fish for some bream during this episode. But I was going to try to nab some of this stuff so we could be really, you know, actually get some of it done. I think we'll need it. I mean, we'll need more than 25, but 25 will at least get us started. Okay, let's go to Oldberg. Get some groceries. Alright, so on bait harvesting, I guess we're going to be fishing for bream with pearl barley, because we certainly don't have garlic dough unlocked yet. But this, hopefully, while we're fishing for bream, we will push forward at least a little bit. So, on bait harvesting, we're making sweet dough until 30%, and then semolina to 35%. I'm probably not going to remember what we need for semolina. Sweet dough, we need wheat flour, milk, and sugar. I might be able to get there, like, guess, but let's don't guess. So wheat flour, let's go. Do we think 10 will be enough of semolina? Let's make 15 of it, just to maybe get us a little bit into the next one as well. And then we need milk. And sugar. Which, this is the expense. I think it uses 10 portions per. I certainly hope so. The one that's easy to overbuy is salt. Sugar, I think you actually need that much. All right. Let's figure out where we are. Oh yeah. Okay, let's check the cafe. Okay, no bream order, unfortunately. But let's just go fish for some bream. That'll be fun. I'm going to try 1044 again. I don't know if it's still the place to be for bream, or if anything else has popped up, but I think 1044 should do us some good. And we'll prioritize the bait harvesting first. You know, at this point, Again, ground bait, it's nice because it gives us more flavors to mess around with if we go back to copper, but bait harvesting is really where it's at this point to get us to garlic dough first, and then things like cottage cheese dough, pea porridge, but ultimately fillet of fish, saithe and mackerel bait, that kind of stuff. Could have gone out there, run through here. I think that's the faster way these days, right? I'm keep going like the old school way, the 1044, but I think we actually would save time if we went the other way. And here we are. All right, so 12-meter clip, casting straight out here, and we want to, we need to delete our ground bait that doesn't mean anything. We have so much pearl barley, it's great. Okay. Did I do 12 on the middle rod too? I hope so. Certainly hope so. $28.4. Love to see it. Okay. So probably change these quiver tips to 28 grams since we're going for bream. Alright, I guess I will try to unpause as we catch fish. But I'm going to just make some sweet dough and stuff. Try to level up our bait harvesting, see what we get to. 28.6. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we probably have a fish on, but after making a few sweet dough, we have now made it to 30.1. Now, I am going to just keep going on the sweet dough. See how far we can get till we run out of ingredients, which won't be much further, but let's first see if we have any decent fish on. Probably ought to back up that friction brake to about 20 so we see what's on there. Alright, first fish, marker bream. Oh, I didn't change the rig there. We probably do want to do that. That's weird. Okay. You say so, game. Still getting some points. So next will be what, semolina? Sweet dough is not really a bream bait in my experience. Can't swear that it's never been, but seems like there's always something that's preferable, and I just don't remember it being sweet dough. Now, sweet dough has been pretty good for like crucian gibble stuff. All right. There's a little bream. All right, so let's see what we're at here. 28 gram. Friction brake on 20, that's about right. I'm just hoping, so we're gonna run to the grocery store since now I can see what's required for semolina. Semolina, milk, sugar. I thought that's what it was. So we just need more milk and sugar, but we gotta get the semolina stuff as well. And if we are at 31, we need to get to what, 35? We'll probably need I mean, if we got really lucky, we could do it in like around 20 or so. I don't think we'll get that lucky, but... Semolina is another bait you definitely don't mind having. Again, more like I think of Crucian Gibble trophies with Semolina. Maybe I just wait here till, you know, that like 2 a.m. slowdown. Maybe that'll be a good time to head to the grocery store. If I remember to go the shorter route. And for now, I can just make some ground bait. Okay, we're up to 33.4. So we're making some progress on ground bait as well. An eyed, interesting. Okay. Yeah, this would probably be a good time. Let's see what this fish is, but this is kind of the time of the night where it slows down a little bit. Not that it's been great. I suspect the bream is just that much better on garlic dough right now, but... Unfortunately, I'm also getting to a point where, and this is still the right way to do it, but we're not getting points every time. 34.3. Need to make it up to 35 with these ingredients before we run out of anise oil. We're getting there, we're just not hitting the points every time, which is ultimately going to mean weird. That left line has like almost had a fish on it so much. Okay. I am going to go... Oh boy. I mean, if it's a bream, it shouldn't nibble forever. Oh, imagine digging gives us a point. Alright. Finally, so we can switch this one out, which is secretly the reason why I was unwilling to leave it. For the symmetry. Alright, I'm going to run the store and be back in just a second to our spot. Yeah, I overshot the bridge a little bit, but I definitely think coming back this way certainly seems like it's a lot faster. I just gotta break old habits, I guess. I can already hear the bells ringing. Surely we've got a couple fish on, as long as it took me to go buy the semolina stuff. Alright. 3 fish on. It's 3:43 in the morning. And let's make a bunch of semolina and just see where that lands us. I guess one day we'll get back focused on the fishing and do more efficient fishing. Right now, we're trying to, still be fishing a little bit, but mostly worry about leveling up all of these things that we need to level up so we can have access to more baits and more types of fishing. For what it's worth, we are, I don't know. Oh, there's 35%. Oh, am I wrong? Is it 40%? Oh, it is 40%. Okay, we're not gonna get to, oh man, fennel's at 40%. We're gonna need so much more anise oil. I forgot that. Okay. Interesting. 31.7, that does help on the bait harvesting side. So we need a lot more anise oil. Potentially we end up using all of our feed, just getting to 40, I would say. So then we'll need more 40. Because we're already missing shots occasionally with the anise oil. We're not getting skill ups every time is what I'm trying to say. So we don't have max energy is part of why this is so hard probably. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I forgot the jump to 40 for ground bait, so I was expecting when it hit 35 that suddenly we would have access to new ingredients and hit skill ups more often. But yeah, it really is a grind because the second half we actually will probably miss skill ups more often than we did on the first half. This is a really nice bream, by the way, possibly our personal best on this account. Oh, this small net will drive you crazy. That's over 4 kilos? Wow. Okay. Very cool. Didn't notice. Did that bream give us... That bream give us points? What are we at? 30.3. See if we get a fish on this line real quick and then we'll make some semolina. All right, do we have any ingredients left? That's 35%. We've got 5 portions of everything. So let's see what we end up at. 35.2. And it'd be nice to get a couple more in here. 35.4. And 35.6. We'll take that. We'll take that for sure. So what this means is we just unlocked garlic dough, right? So, I mean, next time if we want to fish for bream again, we can actually fish for bream with the bream bait. Would be nice. We are not seeing those bottom fishing points, are we? Common carp. Okay, that's interesting. I never did confirm. It looks like it is at the same clip. Just making sure that... Oh, this fish is not on there. Just Just making sure that second rod was not at a different clip, but I think it with the slant looks too much an identical slant, right? So yeah, I think we're good. All right, we'll fish for bream a little bit longer. Wow. The real deal fish. Could be another common, but so if it's a bream, it will slow down and stop pretty soon. If it keeps going like this, this is a common, not a bream. But we'll be able to tell that pretty quick. I mean, I'd say if it's a bream, it's probably trophy. We already know what the 4 kilo bream felt like, and it was not quite like this. This just seems like carp, doesn't it? I keep hoping, but if we can turn its head and actually bring it back this way. If we can't, or if it goes off course again, yeah, this is a carp. Look how much strength it has. And it is heading for the other shore. So as long as it stays sort of in front of us and that shore blocks it from moving any farther, then we're not getting spooled. If it goes left here, it starts to get hard to keep up with it. And there is definitely some wisdom in thinking about, do we want this I mean, do we actually want to catch this fish? And I don't know. I mean, the time it's going to take, not going to be worth the time it's going to take, I guess is what I'm saying. But I'm also sort of stubborn sometimes. All right, it's gone that way enough that I think we can go get in front of it. Uh-oh. And, oh, let's don't go too far, though. We don't want it to turn back too aggressively. It's still moving to our left. Want to turn it back. There we go. Another reason to possibly to use garlic dough here instead of pearl barley if the garlic dough is catching less common carp. Sometimes this is a sign that the bream spot could be sort of moving towards drying up, but it may not be. But you know, this starts happening a lot, it makes it very difficult to fish for bream. You could go smaller hook. I mean, we do have large 1 hooks on here. We could go down to size 8, and even if you do get a common carp at that point, you can hope that it's a little smaller. Now it might have another burst of energy, but right now we seem to have some control of the fish. Oh, it's too bad. I was really hoping this was going to be a bream, but it had that carp speed flying away from us. I think it'll be a common, but I guess, you know, grass carp's possible. We had just seen a common in this spot, so I you know, chances are that's what it is. Yeah, it is a common. Decent sized, but not worth all the trouble it is. Or was. What, 4 kilo or something? 4.4. Hey, at least gave us a point in bottom fishing. That's the least it could do, right? Alright, and I can show you the walk back to town from this direction this time. Another decent bream. They're still coming out alright. Obviously we were very preoccupied with leveling stuff, but we still caught a few decent bream through the night. So think about if that common carp had been, I don't know, 10 kilos. That's where, could you eventually get it in? Probably, if you kept it in front of you and didn't get spooled. But the amount of damage it would do, and then just the amount of time it would take. It's worth it for the experience, maybe like once, but you don't want to be doing that on the regular. It's just way inefficient. Okay, so what are we now making? We are now making garlic dough, wheat flour, garlic, and sunflower oil. Wheat flour, garlic, and sunflower oil. We'll probably, is there something else that we want to make at this level? Cheese cubes. I think we have to get the cheese at Corey, which technically we could at this point. Let's see, wheat flour. Well, let's just start off with 10. Sunflower oil. Is it 10 per portion? It might be. I feel like it's the garlic that might be expensive with this stuff. Where is the garlic? Oh, it's out of stock. Alright, we're going to have to check stocks real quick. That's a problem. Garlic dough is going off on bream, so garlic is out of stock. We got a lucky cafe order for this common carp. So we got 17 silver instead of, I don't know, whatever we would have gotten. A lot less than that. And we made another 79. So we're spending a lot. Notice how much silver it's taking us to level this stuff up. And we're doing it as efficiently as we can. Okay, let's travel to the free places first and see if we can find any garlic. And if we can't find it there, then we'll start going to the more expensive places that we can go to. All right, so garlic here is in stock, so that wasn't hard. So let's see, it's gonna be, I mean, we'll need at least 20. So let's just grab 20. And let's just go ahead and make a couple here at the end of this episode so that we, yeah, so that sunflower oil, that one purchase of sunflower oil, actually, it gave us 10. So that's very cheap, but the garlic is a little more pricey. 35.8, yeah, so we just make a bunch of this, and then that will get us, first of all, garlic dough is great. Right now it's preferred by Old Bird Bream, so easy to make it and know that you're going to make a lot off of it. So after that, we go cottage cheese dough, which we do need one of the ingredients from Corey. And then we go pea porridge. And then we finally make it to egg dough. The other thing you want to get is the inexpensive knife, so that as you catch bream and other fish that are over 500 grams, but not a marker, you can turn them into pieces of fish. And then this becomes a little bit of an interesting bait. It's not really in the meta too much right now, but it's interesting. And we keep making egg dough until we can do stuff with our next trip to Norway. So anyway, there's another episode wrapped up. I know we are just not as focused on fishing, but I think at this point, especially after one trip to Norway and copper, so we have a little bit of silver built up, this is a good use of our time and silver to work on harvesting baits and ground bait. But we are going to have to settle in on trying to level up both bottom fishing and spin fishing if we want to take advantage of the next trips being even better. Okay, as always, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Let me know if you have any questions, especially if you're new to the game or leveling up for the first time, but I wish you all the best.